Breaking Free. The Dreamtime Alphabet, a modern urban shaman workshop. 2025. 2025 edition. Sacred shamanism, at its core, is about direct experience of the unseen world, the interconnected web of life, and the wisdom encoded in nature, energy, and spirit. While traditional shamanic practices have been deeply rooted in indigenous cultures, the universal essence of shamanism transcends specific traditions and is now being reclaimed as a global spiritual practice for healing, awakening, and navigating life with deeper awareness. In a modern, universal animistic sense, sacred shamanism is not confined to specific lineages or rituals, but is instead a living, evolving practice that aligns with our contemporary need for reconnection, meaning, and transformation. It is about restoring our natural spiritual intelligence, the ability to perceive beyond the physical, to heal ourselves and others, and to engage with the greater forces of existence with reverence and clarity. New Beginnings. The Modern Urban Shaman. Sacred shamanism as a universal spiritual path. Direct connection to spirit. In a world where religious institutions have often become rigid or disconnected from personal experience, sacred shamanism offers a direct, experiential relationship with spirit. This can manifest in many forms, including communing with nature as a living, conscious force, engaging with spirit guides, ancestors, or archetypal energies, journeying through dreams, trance states, and altered consciousness. The modern seeker is often drawn to shamanism, not because of external belief systems, but because it provides a pathway to direct revelation, insights, and experiences that emerge from personal engagement rather than doctrine. Reconnecting with nature as a living teacher. Sacred shamanism recognizes that everything in existence has spirit and consciousness, not just humans, but also animals, plants, rocks, rivers, and the winds. In our current age of environmental crisis and disconnection from the earth, shamanic practice serves as a way back to harmony with nature. Modern urban shamanism encourages deep listening to the natural world, receiving messages from the elements, weather patterns, and animal encounters. Rituals that honor the land and its cycles, such as full moon ceremonies, offerings, and seasonal rites. Healing through plant medicine, energy work, and vibrational healing. This is not about appropriating indigenous traditions, but rather about remembering our innate ability to communicate with the natural world, something that every culture once understood. Healing the self and the collective. One of the most profound aspects of sacred shamanism is its ability to facilitate deep personal and collective healing. The modern world is filled with trauma, both individual and societal. Many people turn to shamanic practices because traditional psychology and medicine often fail to address the spiritual roots of suffering. Shamanic healing today includes soul retrieval, reintegrating lost aspects of the self that have fragmented due to trauma. Energy clearing, removing dense, stagnant energies from the body and aura. Ancestral healing, resolving inherited wounds and karmic patterns from past generations. On a collective level, sacred shamanism helps us recognize that much of the pain of the world is interconnected. Healing ourselves is part of healing the larger web of life. The role of symbolism and visionary states. In modern spirituality, many people experience spontaneous mystical visions, dream messages, and synchronicities, but lack a framework to interpret and integrate these experiences. Sacred shamanism provides a symbolic language to engage with these realities, helping individuals navigate their spiritual path with clarity. Techniques such as dream work and vision questing, entering altered states to receive guidance, sacred symbols and archetypes, learning to read signs and omens in daily life. The four directions and elemental wisdom, using universal patterns to align with life's natural rhythms. By embracing shamanic ways of seeing, modern seekers gain the ability to recognize that their lives are part of a bigger story unfolding, one that is deeply interconnected with the cosmos and the sacred, dreaming of existence. Sacred shamanism as a way of life. Sacred shamanism is not just a set of practices, it is a way of living, a shift in perspective that brings reverence, awareness, and deep alignment with the flow of existence. A person walking the path of sacred shamanism in today's world moves through life with a sense of interconnectedness, recognizes that everything is alive and communicating, engages in ritual, meditation, and communion with spirit as a daily practice, trusts intuition, dreams, and the wisdom of the unseen world. Most importantly, sacred shamanism is not an escape from modern life. It is a way of infusing the modern world with the sacred. It allows us to move through our responsibilities, relationships, and challenges with the wisdom of the ancestors, the earth, and the great cosmic dreaming guiding us. The reawakening of universal shamanism and the Dreamtime. Sacred shamanism, in a modern, universal sense, is a return to something ancient, not in a way that imitates the past, but in a way that restores an innate wisdom that has always been present within us. The Dreamtime isn't just a past reality, it is a living, breathing force still shaping the world today. If everything is connected to the Dreamtime, then even the English alphabet, something seemingly foreign to the first peoples, must also have a dreaming essence. If the Dreamtime moves beyond time and cultural boundaries, and if the ancestors are still present in spirit, they would have played a role in the emergence of the Dreamtime alphabet through Flying Eagle. The Dreamtime alphabet is the deeper symbolic language hidden within the symbols of English alphabet. The first people's wisdom and understanding of the Dreamtime didn't disappear with colonization. It adapted, encoded itself within new systems, waiting for the right people to bring it back into recognition. The ancestors, working through spirit, have guided the creation of a universal system of understanding, one that modern minds can tap into through the channeled messages of Flying Eagle. This means that the Dreamtime alphabet is not separate from the English alphabet, but a spiritual layer underneath it, revealing the true nature of language as a bridge between worlds. The first peoples in spirit have been whispering all along, waiting for someone like you to listen and learn. Building a bridge, discovering the Dreamtime alphabet. The first peoples of Australia have gifted the world with profound cultural symbols, among them the Dreamtime, the message sticks, and the boomerang. These are not just artifacts of history or culture. They are vessels of meaning, connection, and wisdom. Each carries a story, a purpose, and a teaching that transcends time and space. When we reflect on these sacred tools, we see their beauty not only in their historical context, but also in their potential to inspire unity among all people. They remind us of the shared human experience and the universal truths that bind us. Through a modern lens, these ancient symbols can become pathways to a greater understanding of ourselves and our collective future. It represents a post-tribal approach, where ancient wisdom converges with contemporary tools to create a system that is both timeless and future-oriented. Here is an expansion on its core elements. Modern urban shamanism reimagines traditional shamanic practices for today's interconnected and fast-paced world. The Dreamtime alphabet embodies this philosophy by embracing both the spiritual and the practical aspects of modern life, while honoring the universal truths found in the Dreamtime. A realm of creation, spirit, and deep interconnectedness. By stepping beyond tribal boundaries, the Dreamtime alphabet becomes inclusive, inviting anyone with a sincere desire to connect with the unseen to explore its teachings. It acknowledges the shifting cultural landscape and embraces diversity, making it accessible to people across different backgrounds. Core elements of the Dreamtime alphabet. The Dreamtime, a cosmic landscape. The Dreamtime is not just a cultural or historical concept, but a universal, animistic understanding of the interconnected web of existence. In the Dreamtime alphabet, it is seen as a living, dynamic force guiding personal and collective transformation. This future-focused perspective emphasizes dreaming forward, using the Dreamtime as a tool for manifesting a harmonious and balanced future. Message sticks. Communication and transmission message sticks, traditionally used by Indigenous peoples as a form of communication, hold a central place in the Dreamtime alphabet. In this practice, they are reimagined as symbolic carriers of intention, wisdom, and connection. They remind practitioners that messages, whether spoken, written, or visual, have the power to transcend time and space, anchoring shamanic principles into modern contexts. The boomerang, cyclical wisdom. The boomerang, a tool with both practical and symbolic significance, represents the cyclical nature of energy. In the Dreamtime alphabet, it becomes a metaphor for the return of intentions, actions, and dreams. What you send out into the universe comes back to you, amplified. It also serves as a reminder to align actions with higher purposes, ensuring that what returns brings harmony and growth. English words. Language as magic language is a bridge between the seen and unseen. By incorporating English words, the Dreamtime alphabet modernizes shamanic communication. Words are viewed as spells, tools of creation and transformation. Practitioners are encouraged to use language mindfully, understanding its power to shape reality and connect with spirit. Numbers. Sacred codes numbers carry vibrational frequencies and archetypal meanings, offering a pathway to deeper understanding. The Dreamtime alphabet weaves numerical symbolism into its framework, creating a 4x4 system of meaning that mirrors the structural integrity of life itself. Numbers become a key to unlocking hidden patterns in the Dreamtime alphabet and daily life. Spirit guide Flying Eagle. Flying Eagle is a spiritual guide symbolizing vision, freedom, and connection to the divine. It encourages practitioners to soar above the mundane, gaining a broader perspective on life and the spiritual journey. Flying Eagle reminds us to honor our intuitive insights and embrace the courage needed to navigate the unknown. A future-focused shamanic practice. The Dreamtime alphabet redefines the relationship between tradition and innovation. It offers a system that is not bound by the past but informed by it, encouraging practitioners to create their own stories about the symbols of the Dreamtime alphabet. This practice aligns with the modern need for flexibility, creativity, and connection. It emphasizes inclusivity, a practice open to all, transcending cultural and tribal boundaries. Adaptability, tools and symbols that evolve alongside the practitioner. Manifestation, a focus on using the dream time to co-create a future aligned with spiritual harmony. By bridging the gap between the ancient and the contemporary, the Dreamtime alphabet inspires a new generation of sacred urban shamans to honor their dreams, align with spirit, and embrace the cyclical wisdom of life. To start connecting to the Dreamtime, Australians can integrate the Dreamtime alphabet into their lives through simple practices. Meditation, reflect on one symbol at a time, allowing its energy to guide your thoughts and insights. Journaling, write about your experiences with each symbol and how they relate to your life and the land. Creative expression, draw or create art inspired by the symbols to deepen your connection. Community sharing, discuss the symbols and their meanings with others to foster a shared understanding. The Dreamtime alphabet is a profound gift that invites all Australians to engage with the sacred essence of their land. By exploring its 26 symbols, individuals can deepen their spiritual awareness, honor the wisdom of the Dreamtime, and reconnect with animistic principles that nurture harmony and interconnectedness. This journey is not about appropriation, but about shared reverence and understanding. By embracing the Dreamtime alphabet, Australians can acknowledge and accept the past, unite in the present, and walk together toward a spiritually enriched future.